So it seems like there are thousands of brands of beginner-friendly, budget-friendly stand-up paddleboards out there. And today, we're going to try and help you wade through the crowd by focusing on one. This is going to be the Sloosh Ripple. What's up, everybody? My name is Eric. Welcome to the Sons of Sever YouTube channel. My brother Chris and I are going to talk about all the things that we like and don't like about the Sloosh Ripple stand-up paddleboard today. Again, it's a budget-friendly, a beginner-friendly board, and after taking it out a few times this summer, we're ready to let you know all the things that we like and don't like about it. There are timestamps in the description if you want to jump around, but I'm going to send you over to Chris now to start you off with our likes.
The first like that I'm going to bring up for the Sloosh Ripple is going to be the maneuverability. This thing can turn really easily. Now, there's a caveat there, and that's that if it can turn really easily, then it's not going to track super well in a straight line. So if you're trying to get up to speed going in a straight line, it's going to take you a second in order to figure that out. But if you do need to make any tight turns or you want to flip around and go back the direction you were coming from, it's going to be really easy to make those turns in the Sloosh Ripple.
Okay, when it comes to my first like with the Sloosh Ripple, I really like the carrying bag that it comes with. Sometimes when it comes to these budget brands, you're not sure what you're gonna get with that carrying bag. Sometimes they're really, really big and bulky and there's too much space and the board and everything kind of sloshes around inside. But this one seems to fit everything that's included with it pretty well. And there's a lot of things included with it. So it's gonna come with your removable fins, it's gonna come with a pump, it's gonna come with the paddle, everything that you need to get on the water that day. And it all fits inside the bag nice. The bag is nice and taut. So for a budget brand, I think that they did a pretty good job as far as their bag goes.
The next like that I want to bring up for the Ripple is going to be the texturing that they used for the grip deck. A lot of other companies try to simulate almost like a suede texture on their grip decks. This one is very obviously rubber, but it is quite squishy, and that hexagon pattern is actually really comfortable underfoot. So not only did I find this grip texturing comfortable, but it also did a really good job at keeping my feet anchored to the board even when it was really, really wet.
Okay, the next thing that I really like about this board is the 3 removable fins that it has. So the first stand-up paddleboard that I got did not have removable fins, and that was kind of a bummer because it didn't make the board versatile as far as its tracking went, whether it tracked straight or whether I wanted it to be a little bit more maneuverable, and it also made it hard to pack away. So the fact that you have this budget option that has that versatility to it is a really cool thing. So if you want to, you can put in just that single big fin at the back, and then the board's gonna be even more maneuverable than it already is. If you want it to be as stable as possible, then you can put all 3 fins on there. So that's really cool that you can kind of mix and match the way that you want it for your experience out on the water. I also love how small the thing can pack away since you can take all of those fins off. So the less space that paddleboard can take up, the better, and the fact that those fins can all be removed really helps with that.
The last like that I want to bring up here is going to be the price that this thing comes in and what you get for that price. So this thing on Amazon right now is $160. Usually it's $200 either way. That's coming in well under other boards that have these same features included. It comes with your paddle, it comes with your ankle strap, it comes with a waterproof phone case if you need one, it comes with the removable fins, it comes with a carrying pack, it comes with all the things that you would expect a good board to come with, but it comes in at a way more affordable price, and I'm a huge fan of that value proposition.
Okay, the last like that I'm going to focus on here is just the paddle itself. When it comes to these budget brands, you get a little bit worried that the paddle might not be up to snuff, and this one seems to be totally industry standard. It's very comfortable in your hand. I think it did a really good job cutting through the water, and so I've got no gripes with the paddle, the way that it adjusts for different heights or anything like that. Like I said, very industry standard. I think it is very adequate for the price of the board and the market that they're going for.
Getting into my dislikes for the Ripple, I really only have one, and that's that it's not the most stable board that we have tried. And we've tried other boards that are similar in width, that are similar in length as well, and that are similar in thickness to this board. All boards, for the most part, tend to be about the same dimensions. And for whatever reason, this one seems to shift a little bit more under my feet. I'm not quite as stable on it. I wasn't as confident the first time that I got on it. I never got close to falling off, but I can definitely tell that my body has to work a little bit harder to keep myself stable on this board. And I'm not a huge fan of that. I want the board to do a little bit more of that work for me.
Honestly, when it comes to my dislikes, I think I'm just going to kind of echo what Chris is talking about as well. This seems to be one of the more unstable boards that we've tried, even when you compare it to something that's in a similar category like the Retrospec Weekender. Pretty much the same setup, but the Retrospec does feel a bit more stable than this one. So if you have a little bit more experience on a stand-up paddleboard, but you're looking to pick up a second one at a good price, then I think this is an option for you. Just know that it is going to be a little unstable, and so those first timers might have a difficult time on it.
Getting into my final opinion on the Sloosh Ripple, would I recommend this to somebody who is looking for their first paddleboard? I'd say it depends. If you are looking in the budget range of options and you want a board that comes with everything that you need right out of the box, then I think this is a solid value proposition for somebody like that. If you are a first-time paddleboarder and you don't know how to keep yourself stable or even stand up on a board, then it might be a little bit sketchy for you. Expect to fall in the water a couple of times because of that dislike that I mentioned, where it's not the most stable board in the world. It's not going to do the work of stabilization for you. You're gonna have to figure that out. But if you're okay with falling into the water a little bit, then I would say this is actually a really solid option for the value that it provides.
All right, so when it comes to my final opinion of the Sloosh Ripple, would I recommend this for other people? And I think if you're on a budget and you are just a little bit experienced, then this is gonna fit your needs really well. I think if this is your very first stand-up paddleboard, then you might need to find something a little bit more stable. We did find this one to be highly maneuverable, which is great if that's what you want, but it didn't track very straight, which can be kind of frustrating at times. And that lateral movement just seemed to be a little bit shakier and not as steady as some of the other beginner boards that we've tried. So that's definitely one thing to keep in mind, but if you are a little bit more experienced, if you want something super maneuverable and you're on a budget, then hey, this one is good to go. As far as the features of the board go, we think that they're all there. I like the 3 removable fins, I like the deck pad that it has, the paddle is nice, it all tucks away nicely into its bag, so it definitely has a good value. You just gotta be aware of the stability and what your level is at.
Folks, if you like this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. All those things really help the channel out. If you're interested in any of the products that we talked about in this video, there will be links to them down in the description. If we have discount codes for any of those companies, they will be featured with the links. If you want to get more content from us, there are 3 different places you can get it. The first one is Patreon, where for $1 a month, you can get exclusive behind-the-scenes content we don't post anywhere else. If you want to be most up-to-date with what we are working on, make sure to follow us on Instagram, where we are constantly posting unboxing videos. Go follow us on Strava if you're interested in seeing mini reviews in real time of the products we're using and what we're using them for. Strava allows you to track and post about your different activities. We track and post about our runs, trail runs, hikes, paddleboarding, and weightlifting, and we do little mini reviews on the products we're using during those activities. Go follow us there, and we will follow you back. We appreciate your view, and as always, we will catch you in the mountains.